Hey everybody, Gaetano Brown here, aka the Game 2K2, and today I'm here to do a commentary of a commentary. I am taking a look at one of my early YouTube videos. In fact, this is actually the second video that I ever posted onto YouTube. This is my commentary of the Irate Gamer's Super Mario Bros. 2 review. And the only reason why I'm doing a commentary this week is because I am very, very burnt out from last week. I did a 3-day convention last week, and then I went straight into my WWE series review that I posted last week. It was a 9-game review going from WWF WrestleMania from the Super Nintendo all the way to WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast. So that was a really tiring review, and I decided to kind of take it easy this week. Next week I'll be back with a really special video for you guys. It's actually a game that I've always wanted to do, and I want all my effort focused on that video, so I'm just kind of taking it easy right now and doing a commentary. And when I look at this video, I just cringe. I hate this video that I posted. It's not one of my favorites, mainly in terms of video quality and sound quality. At the time, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this show. You know, did I want it to be a review show? Did I want it to be a commentary show? So I kind of tested the waters a bit by doing 2 commentaries very early on. I did commentary on the Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic's Final Battle, and then I did this commentary on the Irate Gamer's Super Mario Bros. 2 review. And, you know, at the time, I was very strict on budget. And when I say strict on budget, meaning I had no budget whatsoever at the time. So I was looking for any free resource I could find to make this web show, because I'd always wanted to start a web show, but I didn't quite have the financial backing to do so. And so I was looking for any free resource on the internet that I could find to make a web show. And the first resource that I found was Cam Studio, which is an internet video recording device. It's completely free software. It's still free to this day for anyone who's curious about making web shows and wants something like that. It's a really cool recording device. You can't really tell through this video because at the time I was still trying to figure out how to use it. So I had no clue you could stretch the recording dimensions to accommodate bigger YouTube videos. I had no clue you could do that, which is why this video is so pixelated. You know, and actually I used that recording device for the first year and a half of the show because I had no other resource to use to record my video game footage. And I've since then switched. I've taken a couple notes for the web show from James Rolfe, who does the Angry Video Game Nerd show. I've taken a couple notes from him. I now use a DVD recorder to record my footage. I will occasionally record YouTube videos still, but not through Cam Studio. I actually have a YouTube recording program now that's much better than Cam Studio. It works very well. It's great on video quality, and if I ever need a YouTube video, for instance, I might need some older footage that I can't get at the current time, so I'll use it for that. And also my top 10 list, I record trailers for that, so I use the software for that. It's great on video quality, and it really tops Cam Studio in a lot of ways. In terms of voiceover, I hated the voice commentary on this, mainly because I was using a really cheap microphone at the time. Again, I had no budget, so I had to really look for something that I either already owned or I could afford. And I couldn't afford much, so I was really hoping that I already owned a microphone at the time, and I did. It's one of those old gateway microphones. I don't know whether any of you have ever seen those. Those are the thin microphones. You can still find them in stores. Those thin computer microphones, they're really awful in terms of sound quality because they're very sensitive, you know, towards popping and all that stuff. They're very sensitive towards P sounds and all that, and I couldn't stand it. I tried recording with that microphone. I used it for the first, I think, 50 episodes, and it was just a train wreck. I tried recording from every conceivable angle with that microphone, and it just did not work. I tried recording from the sides. I tried recording by completely facing away from the microphone, like for my tattoo music review, which was the 3rd video I think I ever did. I was facing completely away from the microphone. I was facing towards the wall while the microphone was on my desk. And it still picked up the pop noises. It was driving me freaking nuts. So I eventually switched to a Logitech headset. I got kind of the headset idea from Linkara. Obviously, he could afford a much more expensive headset that's not so pop heavy. And I used a Logitech headset, which worked for a while. The sound was still a bit muffled, but the sound quality overall was so much better than the Gateway microphone that I couldn't avoid it, so I used that for the next, I think, year and a half of the show's existence. And after that, I finally took the best note I could from James as far as voice recording and got a Samson mic and a pop filter, which is what I'm using right now. And it's worked the best. I love this microphone. I have no pop problems anymore. The voice recordings sound much more professional. I don't have a sound mixer, which is why the quality is still not quite up there with James or Doug. So I was actually able to, but compared to what it was, it's much better. And in terms of editors, a lot of people ask me, what editor I use, for those who want to get into this type of work. And really, I agree with James. Just use whatever editor is best for you, what you could afford. And at first I used Windows Movie Maker, the XP version, which was a really, really cool editor. It's a great free editor. It's the best free editor on the market, the XP version of Windows Movie Maker. The later versions are really cruddy. I actually found a way to get the XP version on Windows 7 and Windows Vista, so I never had to switch video editors. And eventually I did change the video editor. I'm now using Sony Vegas Movie Studio, the 10th version of it. It's the best video editor I could find at the budget that I had, and it's a great video editor. I still use it now. I might update eventually to a much pricier one that's has a few more features that I really want. And and really, I'm really amazed, looking at this video just to see how more proficient I've gotten at doing these. The video quality is better, the sound is better. I'm still not an HD show. I don't really like doing HD. I will do videos at the closest quality to HD I can get, which is, I believe, 640 and not 720. 720 is the lowest HD, lowest HD picture, where 1080 is the best. And I do it at 640, mainly because HD is such a hard drive killer. The DVD recorder is already a hard drive killer. I've gone through 3 terabyte hard drives with the DVD recorder, and I've only done maybe 10, 15 episodes with it. So yeah, it takes up a lot of space, and so I no longer, I don't do the thing in HD, and I really don't want to do it in HD, because, I don't want to have to spend all of my money on hard drives. But yeah, when I did this video, it was meant to test the waters. Everyone thought I did it to kind of make fun of Chris. I didn't really mean to make fun of Chris in any way. I have no problem with Chris. I've met Chris in real life once, and I can honestly say he's actually a really nice guy. I can honestly say if I ever had a chance to work with him, I'd probably really have fun working with him. He's just a really cool guy. But yeah, that's my commentary of Super Mario Bros. 2 by Irate Gamer. It was it was a great way to test what I could do with the show, and obviously, 3 years later, I'm still doing this show. Some things have changed, but for the most part, the concept of the show has remained the same. And I really want to thank all you guys who have stuck with me throughout these years and have helped make the show what it is. Obviously, I'm not exactly James Rolfe or Doug Walker or Chris Bores in any way, but I still have fun doing this regardless, and I will do this for as long as I can. I have a lot of fun doing this, and it's been a blast. But, yep, that's it for now, and I will see you guys next week for a really special video. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you next time.